Do you know those movies that you want to go out and see? You're really quite interested in it, but for some reason, life takes hold of you and just says, nope, not this time, bud. Well, this happened with me in Hell or High Water. I tried to get to the cinema to see this 3 times. I had it booked 3 times, and each time I was going to go, life just came in the way and says, nope, it's not happening. And then I went to pick it up on Blu-ray, and for some reason I didn't get it, and times just passed by, and it appears on Amazon Prime, and I'm like, it's just appeared. It's time to watch it. I'll throw it on. I've had people yelling at me, telling me, you need to watch this. This is your cup of tea. Brian Lomax from Brian Lomax Movie Talk is always saying, you've got to watch this movie. You'll love it. Well, I'm sorry to say this, but he was right. I did absolutely love this movie. It stars Jeff Bridges, Chris Pine, and Ben Foster. And it just tells the tale of these 2 brothers whose house is about to be repossessed. They've found that there's oil in the land, that they're going to be very wealthy if they can just hold on to the land for a period of time. So they decide to rob the bank that's about to foreclose on their property to try and get the money back to pay off the loan. Of course, Ben Foster's character is in it for the sheer joy of robbing banks. He has a previous as being a bank robber. He's a history of this. You can see him having a gleeful, joyful time doing these things. He absolutely loves it. It gets his blood going. He is excited to be in this kind of world with his little brother. And his little brother, Chris Pine, is the man with the plan. He's the man that's come up with all of this idea to make sure that the big banks don't roll over these little people. And he is doing it for a purpose. He doesn't enjoy it. He doesn't want to hurt anybody. He just wants to get the money, get the land paid off so he can provide for his family. And if it means that at the end of his life or he gets locked up, it doesn't matter as long as they're taken care of. So you have this dynamic of these 2 brothers who are pretty much chalk and cheese. One who's an adrenaline junkie criminal type, and one who's super smart, just wants to look after his family. Then you have the hunter. Jeff Bridges is an aging Texas Ranger who's trying to figure out what these 2 guys' next move is going to be, what the next bank is going to be. And him, along with his partner, are trying to track down these 2 brothers, and that's the basic story of it. It's a fairly quick movie, at just over 100 minutes, and it zips by. It starts off fairly quick, right into the middle of the story with the first bank robbery. It doesn't waste any time at all in just throwing you into the deep end of this movie and letting the characters come out throughout the action set pieces, which there are a few are quiet moments in diners or just quiet conversations when nobody else is about, and these 2 brothers are just being themselves. The movie looks terrific as well. There is some really fantastic photography going on here, some really interesting shots, and it's one that I'm going to go back to again and again. Jeff Bridges, who can sometimes be accused of phoning it in, is definitely very present here, and he has a great role as this Texas Ranger who is almost so close to retirement, and it's that one last case scenario, the one that nobody else really wants, but he's going to just do his all to try and close it. It's got a nice thematics in it of big banks basically making poorer folk poorer and taking away everything that they have, stripping them back to pretty much nothing. I absolutely loved Hell and High Water. I thought it was terrific. I thought the performances of Chris Pine and Ben Foster were great. I really like Ben Foster. I think he plays that kind of unhinged crazy man really well. Jeff Bridges is a role he could do in his sleep, and thankfully he doesn't. He's actually there, present and engaged in the movie. And Chris Pine, as the sort of smart-edged brother who's all in it to make sure that his family are provided for, does a terrific job as well. There is some sumptuous language in this movie, some great dialogue. The photography is absolutely astounding. The action set pieces are really interestingly well shot. You know where everything is and what's happening at all times. The bank robberies are not the flashy heist kind that you're used to. These are smash and grab types. And overall, I absolutely adored Hell and High Water. I gave it 5 out of 5. It's a terrific movie, and it's one that I can thoroughly suggest. If you're in the UK and you have Amazon Prime, you have no excuses. You have got to watch this. Now, go right now and watch it. You need to check it out. Have you seen Hell or High Water? What did you think of it? Let me know in the comment box, and I'll see you next time on Man vs. Film.